Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Sunday, January 28th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 5 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 38 degrees with a high of 41 and a low of 36. I'll take it. I love it. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, conversation, chat, however many other words that you want to use. And look, even if you don't color, come on in and enjoy the companionship. And if you know somebody that doesn't get out or is lonely or depressed or whatever the case may be, tell them about this broadcast and have them come in and just enjoy it. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That's always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who see this broadcast after the fact, but I downloaded into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So this is the project that we worked on. This is a duet piece, meaning, hi, kitty. This is a duet piece, which means I give it to you for free and you color it with me. This is what I work on during the first half of the broadcast. And then the second half of the broadcast, I work on another coloring. This one happens to be from Maya Silvercat. And she gave this away as a freebie and gave me permission to go ahead and give it to you guys. So I did, and you can color on this one as well. So of course I'm teaching hair and skin and pretty stuff. So yeah, neat stuff. All right, I love this piece, got great feedback on it, so we're all done with that. Okay, so the next piece that I'm doing, which is also the freebie, and I did post it in my group for you guys to print it out. In fact, I gave away 3 of them. This is from my recent release, Valentine's Gnomes Jubilee. So we'll be working on that. Give me a second here to set up my extra monitor. That way I can conveniently see comments. Here to set up my extra monitor. Dorothy, hello. All right, let me get this set up. There we go. Karen, welcome back. Welcome, Karen. Welcome, Karen. So glad you made it tonight. You gotta watch out, Karen. I may sing you into the room. Okay. Now, the other thing that I'm going to be doing, and I've already put this into my group on Facebook, is we're going to do an African American lady from Beautiful Women of Color Jubilee. Let me note that on the back so I've got it. So I'll be showing you how to color this. Beautiful, beautiful piece. I think you'll like it. Brittany had asked me to color African American skin, which is a good thing because skin is skin, and I wanted to show you how to work with this. All right. So we've got that coming up. So let's go ahead and get this piece. Let me get a new scratch pad here. Karen, how are you doing? I'm so glad you can start to make it here. All right. So let me get my colors and then I will swatch them for you. We will rock you. Hi, Brittany. Brittany. This is the image that I'm going to be doing after we're done with the next duet. So you asked to do a coloring African American, so I will do that. Isn't that beautiful? Who else is in here? Janet Watts. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Janet, what brings you to my group? Kitty, you load the gnomes page? It's too cute. I know. Isn't it, though? Okay, let me swatch these colors for you so you know what to get. This is going to be a darker orange color. Well, Janet, glad to have you. And this is my second color. Let me go ahead and separate these for you. Janet, how long have you been doing adult coloring? Janet, don't hesitate to ask questions. That's why I'm live. Guys, take a screenshot of that. Janet, I'm in Tennessee. I'm about 45 minutes east of Nashville. Where are you? Gel pens, a long time, but recently colored pencils and alcohol markers. Okay. Cool. Oh, Janet, that's right. I'm sorry. I confused you with someone else. Excuse me. Janet, welcome back. Sorry about that, Janet. My apologies. Detroit 24, San Francisco 7. I saw that. I was thinking about you, Linda. Thank you for dropping in. Uh-oh, Janet says, no, no, no. Janet wants San Francisco. Oh, my. I see Kansas City one. Boo. Hi, Sandy. Sandy wants Detroit. Okay, guys, for those of you that came in late, this is our current image. This is the third one I gave you. And this will be the next duet after that. So Brittany asked for African American skin, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's right. It's only halftime. Woo. Okay, paper towel. I swatched the pencils for you. How far in advance do I know? Usually the night before. And the reason for that is because as we're chatting, I listen to what people want. Okay, so I'm going to start on his hat. And we're going to have to poke around it a little bit. Yeah, Janet, I was thinking about that. Janet, how much advance notice do you need? Well, Janet, let's figure it out together. Janet, how much advance notice do you need? Okay, let's get these little dots on the hat. Julie, again, so glad to see you. Oh, Maggie. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday to one and all. Maggie, I swatched the colors that I'm using. Take a screenshot. Okay, you could run to FedEx daily or every other day. Okay. And Janet, you can still easily get the images off of Facebook, right? So when I post them there, you can get them. Annie J's Crafts. Hi, Annie. Welcome. Okay, Janet, good. Janet, what I want you to do is I want you to use Messenger and send me a message. Just identify who you are. And I'll see what I can do about sending you the image over Messenger. Annie, welcome. Annie, tell us about yourself. Oh, Maggie, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to guess. Annie, welcome to my group. Oh, let's see. I got a bright shine on my table. Let's see if we can fix that. Janet, be sure to send me that text. Does everybody have the colors swatched? This is the current color that I'm using. It's an orangey pink. Sandy? No, I haven't, because I haven't received it from the post office. They told me that they're holding it. I need to contact the manager tomorrow and talk to them and find out what the deal is. Basically, the carrier screwed up. So Annie, what I'm doing here is I'm coloring what I call a duet piece. It's a piece out of page out of one of my books. And I give it out to everybody, and then you color it with me. And I always suggest that people pace me. Okay, so we're doing this orangey pink. Oh, Sandy, yours is delayed. Annie, do you need this image to color with us? Now, this is a pretty straightforward piece. Lots of this orange on it. And we've got to duck around these little spots. That's really weird, Sandy, that yours is delayed. All right. Now, this color that I'm using is the base color. And that means that we will be shading and shadowing everything off of it. Oh, said it was going to be delivered Saturday, but now Tuesday. Yeah, I got it, Janet. Thank you. Now, because of the color pencil that I wanted to use, I'm doing this piece a little differently. All right, we've got a little bit of an edge here. Take your time. Don't strangle your pencils and pile drive them into the paper, Janet, when you get to color with us. All right, so let's work our way down here. Okay, now this area here where we've got this little Z stuff right here, we've got little spots on here as well. So we need to add those little puppies. And I want you to notice that this is one of these drawings. Let's see, let me look at that. Never mind, I'm gonna not say that. I'm going to pop back up to the top because I just need to change something a little bit here. I'm going to use my Faber-Castell 103, which is an ivory. I'm just changing the color that I'm using for the moment. And what that will do is that will take away that grayish look. It's a very light cream color, basically. And it's a little bit pesky to color around this detail. but worth it, of course. So I'm going to go back in, add my dots. And I'm going to add my outline here, up here. And the reason that we're doing that is because we don't want this to fall off into the white of the paper. So that's why I'm putting a little bit of a border on there. And then I'm going to come back and we'll go ahead and work around our dots. And what will happen is that as you're putting this lighter color around those dots, you're going to pick up a little bit of that orange. That is intended. So I'm not deliberately coloring over the orange dots, but just by virtue of the space that we have to work in, we're going to pick up a little bit of that. Yeah, Janet, let me think about how to get you images. Okay, so we're getting a really nice cream color to this, as well as a little bit of orange in there. And don't forget to do your areas up here. There you go. Yeah, Maggie, the biggest thing that I need to do is allow more time for duets. So rather than posting them the night before, but thank you for the offer. Okay, let's work on our little arrows here. Now, don't just slap color on here. Do your little upside down pyramids carefully. And the reason that I started on his hat, which has all this little doodah thing, doodads, is because once we get it done, then we'll be in position to work our shading and shadowing magic on it. And again, for anybody that wants to do this image, just search under New Duet. I'm also adding the words breaking news to the text. And that way you can find it easily. Oh, Julie, you want to color this, but your printer's acting up. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, one thing you can do when you've got these little pesky circles here is run your pencil around the outside to define it, and then color around that ring. It makes it so much easier. In other words, outline it. Julie, turn your printer off. What are you printing from? Your computer? An iPad, an iPhone, a smartphone? What are you printing from? I actually think it's a computer issue, not the, okay. What I would suggest, turn your computer off. turn your printer off. Wait a few minutes. We did this with Dorothy. Then turn your computer back on, and then your printer back on. Janet, I assume that you will go ahead and get this image printed tomorrow. And then when you watch the broadcast, just pick up where I'm coloring. Now notice how I'm squiggling this line through in between here. Excuse me. All right, let me sharpen pencil. Hold on, my pencil point broke. And I've got a hand sharpening this little puppy. Oh my. Does anybody watching this broadcast need the image? We can get it to you. And you can print it out and you can color with us. Okay, now notice how rough I'm making that little edge. And that's because we're emulating the fact that this is a knit cap. See that? All right, let's get back into focus here. Judy, did you hear my comment about getting this printed out and just catching up? Okay, you'll get it printed in the morning. All right. So tomorrow night, if you haven't colored on it, then when I'm live, you can just continue where I am tomorrow night. Janet, let me ask you this question. Usually when I post an image, I will post it the night before. Can you check Facebook in the morning and see if there's an image there? And then that morning, go ahead and get it printed? All right, let's get... Okay. That would solve a lot of problems. I just want to make sure that you have it. I want you to be able to color with us. Well, you also have an advantage is that you're an hour behind me. Okay, we're getting there. Let me pull out. Oh no, tie game. Oh, oh, Linda. Okay, so now we've got this line here that we need to do. Trust me, this will all be worth it in the end. I keep telling myself that. Oh. Okay, so this orange is our base color. Even though it's a little bit darker, check it out. Let me get a little water. It's a cutie. All right, let's see how long my pencil lasts. I've got a wobbly lead in my pencil, so we'll see. Now again, this is our lightest. This orange. And I'm working you through using a darker color as a base color. Did I say lighter or darker? I'm working you through, yeah, using a darker color as a base color. Oh, how cute. And these little dots in between are little teeny tiny hearts. If you can get that shape in there, God bless you. Oh. Janet, be sure to set your preferences that you get notifications when somebody posts on Facebook. That way you'll know when I post an image. Okay, back to our ivory, Faber-Castell 103. And now we're going to go through and color our little spikes. Trust me, this is all worth it. Okay, then we're going to go back and color our little triangles. Excuse me, diamonds. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. And again, as you're coloring, your orange is going to blend a little bit that we just put on here. And we want that because remember, this is a knit cap. So we want that soft look. It's kind of mushed a little bit. And if I pick something like this that's got this much detail on it, again, slap my hand. I'm just kidding. Let's brush that and clean it up. Be sure to get your little dots here. And be sure that you're turning your pencil to keep your point as long as you can. Oh boy, what a difference. I'm going to pull out again so you can see. Hopefully you can see the difference now between the ivory and the white. We've got white here, we have ivory up here, and it just really makes it look soft. Hopefully you can see that difference. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get our line here. And in actuality, I chose this piece. I knew that we'd be having to deal with this detail. And I want you to get comfortable with it. All right. I wiped out a little bit of my, oh gosh. I may have to look into a new electric eraser. It keeps dulling my points. I don't know why. Okay. I wiped out a little bit of my orange here. So I just need to put that back in. All right, let's continue here with our ivory. Now, again, coloring is a mindset. And even though I'm dealing with all this little detail, it's very relaxing to me because I'm just able to go through, poke my pencils in where I need to, and watch a pretty picture emerge. And what adult coloring does is it makes the world go away. And that's the way you need to look at it. So, dealing with these little dots is absolutely no problem. Hey, Kathy. By the way, Kathy, thank you so much for your order. Oh my gosh, she just placed asked me for the affiliate links for a number of books. You're what, buying like 7 of my books? I'm really honored that you're doing that, Kathy. Thank you. I've got very, very loyal people that are buying my books. Oh, guys, check this out. Isn't that beautiful? Kathy, you're going to love your electric eraser. Okay, I need to find a similar pencil. Kathy, what made you decide to buy in bulk like that? Okay. Amazon gift cards. Whoa! Well, like I said, you're going to love that electric eraser. Okay, let's get this brim done here. Well, the neat thing is as soon as I get my new book, A Day in the Life of a Gnome, since you're getting that book as well, you'll be able to color with us. Okay, now we've got this little strip here. Notice that I'm leaving that uncolored. Don't forget our little trick about going around the dots. Just circle right around them. And then color. Oh, let me see here. Da-da-da-da-dum. I had to switch pencils because my other one broke. So the bottom part of my cap is going to look a little more orangey. Don't switch pencils, please. Keep going with yours. Sometimes that happens. Don't let it throw you. Oh, you're always erasing. I think the electric eraser will work much better. It will. Okay. So the bottom of my cap is going to look a little more orangey. than the pinkish orange that I used. If something like that happens to you, don't let it throw you. A very important unfortunately you can only pick one gnome book, so I'm going to see which one is going to make my heart go pitter-patter. Oh, Kathy, just bat your eyes at John and let him tell you you can get all of them. Yeah, I think you'll like Valentine's gnomes. That was the one I was going to suggest. It's pretty cute. We've done 3 of them out of that book. Now, if you end up in this same situation, that you have a pencil break and you don't have the same color anymore, then adapt your page. Now, I know that sounds obvious, but some of you get really bent out of shape when something like that happens. Don't let it throw you. All right, let's go over here. I don't know, which gnomes book would you guys recommend to Kathy? Oh, is that cute? All right, so let me pull out. All of them, really. All right. Now I'm going to take my Faber-Castell 103. And I'm going to lighten up my vertical lines with it. Can't go wrong with gnomes. Now we got to do our little white dots. Again, this is our ivory. And don't forget to bend your line here. We're going down to the left a little bit. Down to the left. Down to the left. And then I'm going to come back with my orange very lightly. And go over the top. And that way it blends that ridge in. And remember, the ivory underneath is changing your orange. That's what I wanted. And here's a tip for you. If you're ever coloring something and you don't quite have the pencil color that you want, for example, you may want a lighter version of a color, put your ivory down first and then put your color on top of that, just like what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get our ivory on the rest of our dots. Ridiculously cute. Okay, now we're going to shade this guy. The orangey pink that we just put down. Mine's a little more orange now because of my pencil problem. Is we're going to go through and we're going to start shading this. Now, light, when we're coloring something, is normally considered to be coming from the upper left to the lower right. San Francisco is up 27-24. Oh. Yeah, the Christmas gnome is pretty cute too. That would be my choice also. But in this case, I'm going to shade this left-hand side because that's what this grayscale image also indicated. And sometimes you're going to have that in a book. That they have changed where the light source is. Don't let that throw you. Sandy, how much time is left in the game? Kathy, tell John that you'd like to buy both books, the Valentine's and the Christmas Gnomes. So I'm going to take a medium gray. Let me swatch that for you. It's actually my Payne's gray. You hear me mention this all the time. This is a Faber-Castell pencil. Oh, come on. There we go. Paynes, Payne's Gray. Yeah, Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray. 181, I think that is. If you don't have Faber-Castell, you want a medium gray. That's why I swatched it for you. I'm going to run over time a little bit on this project. 3 minutes left in the game. Oh, man. Linda's probably having kittens about now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very lightly shade over my orange on the left-hand side. And you're barely going to touch the paper. I mean, just so light, you wouldn't think it would make a difference, but it does. and then you're going to blend it out to the right. What does blending out mean? It means that you've got to merge that gray into your pinkish orange. And what is a good blend? When one color seamlessly disappears into the next. So this is going to be a shading challenge to you. Not a shading challenge, a blending challenge. Check it out. And it's such a subtle thing. That you want to see the result and not the color itself, right? And then what I'm going to do, see how I'm moving that gray over here? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my orange and we're going to blend over the top to smooth out that gray and to integrate it into the shading. Everybody with me on this? Any questions? Janet, any questions? Gray is a very strong color and you don't have to push on it. All right, now we got to get on our triangles here. And I'm also going to put a little bit of that gray on our little squiggle line here. And this is all on the left-hand side of the cat. Isn't that neat? And then I'm going to pull my gray down here. So Kathy, are you going to slip those two of the gnome books into your cart? Actually, I have a way that I can do a flip through of my book, The Everyday Gnomes. Janet, you still with us? All right, check out the shading. Isn't that beautiful? We're just putting a very light tint of that gray over to the left. Maggie, how's your piece coming? And then we've got to blend out our gray. Maybe, probably. Kathy, really, you'll love both books. Okay, now let's go down to the bottom part here. Oh, Maggie, you're not coloring tonight? Okay. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of our gray on top of our heart. And our orange dots. And I want you to notice on this heart here, I'm just going to put gray on half of it. Oh, Kitty, no problem. Look, I'm really glad that you're that relaxed, that you dozed off. Welcome back. Okay, and then we're going to take the gray and we're going to work on the underside of this cap. And check out how that makes it look like it is curved underneath on the gnome's head. Isn't that cool? Christmas and Valentine's are both equally cute. Yes, they are. They are both over the top cute. Tell John that your finger slipped during checkout and the other book got added. Okay, check out here how this gray is just really making this look cute as a button. And then I'm going to take my orange and we'll go ahead and blend that up. See how I'm softening that gray? That's critical, guys. So don't have a heart attack when I show you putting gray on something. And notice that I did a quick finger swipe with it to blend. Always helps when I stay on camera. Is everybody clear why I'm putting the gray on the underside of this? The shading. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the shading, the shadowing, underneath the bottom of our lighter color. And again, gray is very, very powerful. You've got to use it sparingly. I can't say that enough. In other words, don't get stupid with your gray. Kathy, what's oopsie? Oh, oopsie, sorry, dear. I got it. I got it. But John, it was an accident. Both books ended up in my cart. Oops. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to do, and then we need to move on, is I'm going to put a little bit of gray by these ridges. On the right-hand side. And what that's going to do is that's going to pop those ridges out. Look how subtle that is. And then I'm going to blend it out, meaning I get lighter and lighter as I go out to the right. Check it out. Now, I want you to notice that my gray shading is getting lighter as I go to the right. And I also want you to notice, let's see how we're going to do this. Yeah. Again, how I'm blending that out. I think Kathy's going to end up with both those books. All right. Now I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to blend my gray with it. Check it out how soft that looks. See, you've learned a lot doing this cap. I'm going to go to the left a little bit and blend in this here where I didn't. Isn't that cool? Let me pull out. Talk to me, guys. What do you think? And can you see the subtle shading now on the left-hand side, and it's lighter on the right? And save your pencils. Save your orange. Look how rich that looks. Oh, Linda, I'm sorry. Doggone it. Okay, let's go on to our next project. I'm having too much fun with this one. Linda, what was the final score? Oh. $34. Oh man, 34-31. Oh. Okay, let's continue on the skin. Any questions on this so far? So I basically have two shades. On the skin. Oh, the coach of the team passed on 2 field goals. Oh, yay. Oh, I bet she's going to get roasted for that. Okay, camera adjustment. So we've got a light color and a slightly darker color for our skin tone. Oh, you got Valentine's, Gnomes, and the Villages book. All right. Okay, this is my lighter skin tone. Sandy, what do you mean take the points? And notice how I'm coloring in little circles here. We want to get that as smooth as possible. And again, I'm still using the lighter of the two pencil colors. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, take the points. Oh, the field goal. I gotcha. Okay. So what you meant was when they could have scored with the field goal, they didn't take, quote unquote, take the points. Gotcha. Guys, look how smooth this is. Thank you, Kitty. Kitty, this image is available for you to color with us if you wish. Okay, little teeny tiny circles. Working our way around the shoulder and the back. Kitty, we can get this image to you. Do you want to color it? Do you want to color the gnomes? Do you have a printer? Oh, you don't have one. Okay, gotcha. Now, as you can see, Kitty, this is not from one of my books. This is an image that another artist produced. It's available on our Etsy store. Maya Silvercat. And she gave our group permission to distribute it and color it. All right, we're working on the back here. Notice how I'm closing off the circle. Let me pull out. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use my paper towel to blend this, because we've got those little rough nubbies in there. Oh yeah. And paper towel blend. How pretty. Then I'm going to come back with my next shade, which is our medium shade. That's the same pencil I used to do these areas up here. Don't go too crazy with it. Now again, don't push your pencil into the paper. You just want to glide that pencil across the paper. And if you want to darken an area, how do you darken an area? Repeated strokes. Quit pile driving your pencils into the paper, guys. All right, now I've got to blend this line just a little bit. We're going to soften that. So I'm coming back with my light color, and we're blending out that edge. All right. And if anybody has any questions while I'm coloring, ask. That's why I'm live. Let me get some water here. mixing on my medium color here on our shaded area by the hair. Hey Linda, are you still with us? Now, don't be afraid of your pencils. Again, I am barely touching the paper. So Linda, my question is, during the game, did the announcers say anything about the coach not taking the field goal points? The commentators? Now we've got a little bit of hair that's flying up here. So I'm not going to color that in. And then I'm going to come back with my, no, the announcers didn't say anything about the call. Okay. I'm going to come back with my lightest pencil and we're going to blend that line. Between our medium color and our light. Oh, the coach has done this throughout the season. Oh. Well, it got you guys into the Super Bowl, so he thought he was doing the right thing. Okay, everybody see how I'm blending up that transition line? Isn't that gorgeous? Let me pull out. Okay, now I'm going to work around the bottom here. Let me move my camera just a little bit. And now, as you can see, I am shading where the grayscale calls for it. Any questions? Now, you can see that this isn't blended yet. Let's go ahead and blend this. See, this should bother you that this isn't blended. And by that I mean, as I was coloring this, your mind should be saying, yep, she needs to blend that yet. And then I'm going to work around the lace. And to anybody that's watching, this image is available. We can get it to you. And you can color this project with me. And then I'm going to come back with my lighter pencil. And blend this up. And notice that I'm taking the dark only part way up the lace side. How pretty is that? Let me pull out again. Now I'm going to pull this darker shade out just a little bit more. I am barely touching the paper. It's like a butterfly kiss. Play with it. And then I'm going to take my lighter skin color and blend that out. So in other words, I'm extending the shading. Okay. So now we've got 3 shades working here. We've got our very light. We have a medium shade. And then our dark shadow where the gray was a little bit, where the grayscale was darker. And that's what I'm saying, is once you put in your grayscale colors, then you need to go back and fine tune that a little bit. And add the shading and shadowing the way that you like it. Is everybody on the same page with me about that? Okay, let's work up this arm on the other side. I'm doing this side a little bit differently, that I'm going ahead and putting in my darker color first. My shading color. I want to show you that there are 2 ways to do this. And then I'm going to come in with my lighter color. I'm going to back blend over my previous color. What that means is coloring over the top. And then color in the rest of our skin. How beautiful is that? Now, again, I need to dissolve this line between the two colors. Sometimes you have to go back with your darker color and use it to dissolve that line. In other words, you just get lighter and lighter with it. And that's the case here. And then I'll come back with my lighter shade. And blend that in. Any questions? And if you still need that, feel that you need to massage it a little bit more, go ahead and do that. How pretty is that? Now, I'm also going to come in I didn't get this very edge here. There we go. Then I'm going to come in with my Faber-Castell 103, which is my ivory. And notice how that lightens this a little bit. So in other words, in the center here, and up on the top of the shoulder, we're going to lighten this up a little bit. Isn't that pretty? Let me pull out. And I need to blend here where my darker color is at the top. Questions, comments? I'm also going to take my Faber-Castell 103, my ivory, And I'm going to lighten up her back. Check it out. Now, when you lighten an area, don't go crazy with it. Otherwise, it's going to look contrived. And check out how I'm carrying that over to the shoulder here. Guys, play with it. Miss Julie, good night. Oh, I'm so glad you're back with us. Julie, do you have all the images that I'm coloring? Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we have a couple of arms to do. Let's be smart, ILene, and do the left one first. Oh, Julie, you'll get them printed soon? Okay. Oh, Kathy and Maggie, thank you. And Linda. Yes, God has blessed me. I've got a great group. Okay, I'm going to go back to putting my base color on everything. On the skin. Little teeny tiny swirls with our pencil. I showed you on that other shoulder the slightly different way about putting the dark color on the darker areas and then putting in the light color. In other words, not doing this whole base color deal. Of the two methods, putting a base color, and I'll say that qualified because, again, it just depends on your individual images. But in this case, because we're doing larger areas of skin, putting on the base color first then allows me to come in with my second color and easily blend it. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my second color. And we'll start shading and blending this in. And I'm going to come over to the other side and do that here as well. Now obviously this left side's not done, but I want to do my right side so I can work on blending both of these together. And then we'll put a little bit of this darker color underneath here in the middle. And start to blend that out. Which means what? I get lighter and lighter with my darker color. And then I'm going to come back with my light color. And we'll start blending this. See how the light color becomes a blending tool? And we're obliterating those edges. Look how smooth that looks, guys. Play with it. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of my Faber-Castell 103, which is my ivory. And I'm going to lighten that in the middle. Doesn't that look cool? Blending, 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 rawhide. And I'm going to come back with my medium color. And just amp this up a little bit right underneath here. All right, let's pull out. Isn't that beautiful? Sandy, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I've got about 13 more minutes to go. Okay, right arm. Base color of my lightest color. Now, as you can see, there are 3 shades of gray here. We've got the darker, a medium, right? And then our light area. Kitty, are you learning something? And again, guys, this group is for people, even if you just come in to watch, if you don't adult color, that's fine. I want this to be relaxing and fun for you. Hey, watching a picture come to life like this, I think that's pretty entertaining. Kitty, you're going to try grayscale tomorrow with pencils. Okay. Okay. Finger blend. You can use paper towel as well. Use the bumpy side of your paper towel. And then our darker pencil. Now, again, we have a darker edge right here, and then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter as we come out, which is what you should be doing with grayscale anyway. And as I've told you, you can go with different shades with one pencil. So for those of you that are limited with pencils, don't let that vex you. So we have our darker shade to the left. A little bit on the top. And then we're going to go lighter and lighter as we move down. Again, I'm obliterating that line, right? Linda, good night. See you tomorrow. Sorry about your disappointment with your team. See how I'm getting lighter and lighter as I move outward. How do you darken an area with a pencil? Repeated strokes. And now I'm going to what? Obliterate my line between my light color and the medium here that I've created. See how I'm going over that and it's disappearing. Shazam! Abracadabra. The harsh line is gone and it becomes a seamless blend. Check it out. Oop. I love it. And if you need to go back with your pencil, go back with your pencil, your medium. And play with it. And then I'm going to take my Faber-Castell 103 and I'm just going to lighten this area a little bit here to the right. I've got 5 more minutes with you. And we'll finger blend that. All right. Let me pull out. Pulling out, pulling out, pulling out. So what do you think? And let me pull out a little further. And you can basically see the whole thing. Guys, not hard at all. Just follow my prompting and you will be just fine. Stop making it more complicated than it is. I think we're in pretty good shape. Questions, comments? Okay, I'm going to call it an evening. I've got about 3 minutes to go. So this is from Maya Silvercat. I've really been enjoying doing this for you. And then we've got our little gnome. This is from Valentine's Gnomes Jubilee, a book that Kathy now owns. I love it. And we've been playing around with the hat. Let's see if I can get most of that in the picture here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, guys. Joyous, joyous coloring. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. And I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. And we'll see what else trouble we can get into. Thanks so much for coming in to chat. And thanks so much for watching this broadcast after the fact. All right, guys, till tomorrow night then. I like dwarms. DWDRWAMS. I know you meant dreams. All right, guys, take care. Love ya. Bye.